Greetings, welcome to the Syllabus Tour. Okay, so I want to explain the syllabus briefly, get you guys up to speed. This is the most important document for the semester, this and the guidelines document. Everything you need to know is here. So I know you guys are probably used to LMSs and learning management system, but this is a business communication course, so documents are kind of the most important thing you guys can familiarize yourself with. So this is the Fall 2020 Syllabus, Business Communication, COM 2081. I am Rob Conrad Lozon, Dr. Lozon. Just call me Rob, that's fine. Here is my email address right here. No phone, no office hours. Send me an email. I'd like to think that I'm okay with the email. Here's a little caveat here. Email is the best way to communicate with me. Email is the only way to submit assignments. It's the most appropriate way in my mind to communicate with your group mates. If you prefer other channels, obviously it's not so easy to document those kind of things. That's why email is kind of king here. If you want to use like a group message or a Slack channel or a WhatsApp thread, whatever you'd want to do is fine with me. But email is important in this class. That's how you submit all assignments. So I underscore that, 10 times over. That is how you submit all assignments. There's no submission portal on here. You're going to send me an email. So go back up here. You see this email right here. That's where you send all of your assignments, and that's how I will receive them. If there's any issues, I will always go back through my email and search. So here's the deal. Some days I don't check email. That's just it. I'm not a 24-hour professor. That's just it's not part of my. There's no contract that says I got to work 24 hours. I do believe in a work-life balance. That's not every student's cup of tea. Some students expect me to be like on the horn. Like Sunday, they're working on assignments and they fire off an email. They got a question. They expect a response on Sunday. Not going to work. So this is, I'm recording this on Sunday evening. I will tell you I spent all day watching my daughter. And it was wonderful. If I didn't have a semester starting tomorrow, I wouldn't be doing this on a Sunday evening. I would be in bed right now. I would be asleep. So I am working for a work-life balance here. I don't expect you guys to treat this like it's some kind of, Fortune 500 finance position in Manhattan where the stakes are high and you get fired if you wince at somebody the wrong way or something. That's not the way I approach this. This is a classroom for me. You will soon learn, that this course for me is a laid-back environment. It's a way where you can learn. I don't, arbitrarily nick off points for stupid, silly reasons. I give you the full benefit of the doubt. I give you the opportunity to earn every single last point that you want in this course. But you got to do the work, okay? I don't think this is, this course is the end-all, be-all of your education in, professionalism, in the business environment. But this is business communication. So I do, expect some kind of, adherence to good communication practices. And I am the professor. So I guess you guys got to live with that because you got stuck with me in this course. If you want to be in this course with me, I am laid back about this course. If you are not so laid back about it, maybe that's not such a good thing. But I'm going to take, a day off from email. So if you email me and I don't get back to you for a day or two, okay, don't have a fit. If it's like 3 days, okay, and you think maybe I missed your email, maybe good opportunity to email me again, okay? I will just say that. I am not above having missed something. Sometimes I miss emails, so don't flip out about it, but email is the place that we're going to go communicate. Every single person in this course, and you will see as we go on, will receive a grade for their email communication. This is not you start with 100 and I start knocking off points if you don't do a good job, okay? The way that I approach this is that when you start emailing and communicating with me, we will go forward. If there's a bad pattern, and if I don't like something and you don't correct that pattern, and I've repeatedly, advised you, of some other ways to approach communicating via email, and you ignore my advice, that's when you can start worrying about the email grade. But for the most part, most of my students do fine. They get, an A on their email grade because they're happy to learn, they're happy to grow. So communication expectation. Please use the email. Please be lenient with me because I am lenient with you. Okay, I want to find a work-life balance. I don't want to be sitting at my computer 24 hours a day. I don't push University of Cincinnati emails to my phone. Okay, I have to sit down at a computer and log on to do dedicated work for this position. So just keep that in mind. I'm lenient with you. Be lenient with me. It's a give and take here. Okay. Here's the course overview. I'll let you guys really go through that. Basically introducing you guys to basic communication principles, business communication principles, establish written communication standards, and preparation for the real world workplace. All right. Okay. All of you guys are in real world workplace already. Most of you, for the most part, unless some of you are not working, and that's appropriate as well. But my goal is to get you up to speed on some of the standards, some of the formats, some of the mores and the norms of business communication. Okay, so here's some learning outcomes. Select and utilize appropriate formats for professional writing. Plan, edit, and revise work consistent with professional standards. I will repeat that again. Plan, edit, and revise work consistent with professional standards. Plan, edit, revise. Plan, edit, revise. That's like crucial in this course. That is going to be, a big deal for me. And it's going to be something that, either annoys you or something that you enjoy, and you get a sense of, maybe not enjoyment, but learn and embrace the beauty of crafting, a well-written document. That's a very, this idea of revision and editing is going to be very crucial in this course. I want you to design and present oral communication skills. Now, this is difficult. It's been difficult since I went online back in 2014. Actually, 2015 is when I went online. This course has been online for about 6 years now, and the oral communication skills has been boiled down to a video resume because it was very difficult to organize students to log on for a face-to-face synchronous Skype meeting with me to do a mock interview, which used to be a assignment in this class, which I've subbed out for a video resume. Students have done, by and large, very good with the video resume. I don't know that it's the most appropriate way to gauge somebody's oral communication skills because it lacks that real-time, immediate, kind of feedback that we're looking for here. So we'll work on that. Select and use appropriate graphic aids. Bam. Utilize computer resources to achieve communication objectives. Bam. Write various business correspondences. Conduct and report business research. Develop correspondence appropriate with the job search. Bam. Okay, this is an online asynchronous course. No prerequisites. You need a webcam. If you have an issue with that, you're going to have to figure something out. You've got to do that video resume at some point. You can use your cell phone. You can use your sister's cell phone. You can use your brother's, cousin's, mother's cell phone. That's fine. This is the book. It's, pretty standard. If you've had somebody else, a friend who's taken this class, you can, buy them their book off them. It's a good book. I think it's good. It's a good approach to the subject. The choice was never really left up to me. There's a couple other ways we could go about approaching this, but for all intents and purposes, this is the book that we'll be using. So go ahead and try to find that one. Here's the breakdown of points. I try to spread it out. Some students have responded in the past that it's busy work. You can look at it that way, or I could give you an assignment that's worth 40% of your grade, and then if you totally have a bad couple weeks and you flop that assignment, your grade goes to crap. Those are the two approaches to designing a course. I guess students who don't like quote unquote busy work would see this as busy work. There's a rhyme and a reason for every assignment, and there used to be many more assignments actually. A lot of the assignments used to be 75 points, and I used to have 3 more assignments added here because I do believe. So, for example, I always have a couple students that go totally buck wild their first 4 weeks in college, and they wake up drunk, on a frat house couch or something, on their 5th week and go, man, I really got to get my life back together. Okay. And then they start doing all their assignments, or for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know what happens to students when they first get to college. I didn't go to away to school. I didn't have the same kind of college experience, but I believe in redemption, right? I believe in this grand, most major cultural traditions in the world believe in this form of redemption. This grade system is a form of redemption. Everything's broken down. Nothing's going to kill you. So the final project, final presentation is 25% of your grade, if you could see that. So you have the final project here, final presentation. A big kind of group thing. I never see groups totally bomb, both of them. It's either or both groups do a fantastic job. And then, wonderful. But this is kind of a way to help preserve the grade. That's my goal here. So I don't want anything to be so heavily weighted that it just really trashes and tanks your grade. That's the rationale here. So keep that in mind. If you ever feel like you're doing quote unquote busy work, just remember I'm doing it because I want my students to do well, because and this might sound awful, I don't really care about your grade. I care about you learning, and learning is so much different than a grade. A grade is like nothing to me. If you guys show me that you learn, I'm happy to give all of you A's. That's really why I'm here, is to learn. But I don't care about your grade. Your grade is what you care about. The grade is something I'm forced to assign to you guys. But in a real world, if your employer came to me, or the school came to me, if this is how a school system worked, and they said, did they learn what you wanted them to learn? And I say yes, then that's all I care about, right? If your employer came to me and said, did they learn what you wanted me to learn? I say no. Well, that's the way it works, right? That's just, if you didn't do what I asked you to do, I should be able to say, yes, they learned what I wanted them to learn. No, they didn't learn what I wanted them to learn. That's what teachers are, right? So this is what I think. These assignments help you learn what I think you should be learning in this course. Again, here's your little caveat here. If it looks like busy work as a strategy, blah, blah, blah. So you can go read through that on your own. Here's a schedule. This is your Bible. Follow this. If you don't follow it, I don't really know how else to help you. We got a couple things going on here. Here's your chapters that should be read during these weeks. So the due date is at the end of the week. So let me explain this, because I'm changing the way that I do this. It used to be, that it would just be the Sunday would be the due date. But I think students got really confused with that, because in many people's mind, their week starts on Monday. But actually, in America, North America, and Canada and the United States, weeks start on Sunday. That's just how it's been. If you look at a calendar, it's the reason why the week goes Sunday through Saturday. So students were getting confused, and I did this in the pandemic era. I've done this because I think most of my students who typically attend my in-person classes were not really getting it. So I started doing due dates for the start of the week. So I really, I'm not that big of a stickler for due dates. If you get it to me, by 1 a.m., that's fine, kind of thing. So it doesn't look like there's a first week. This is all the stuff that you should be doing from the 24th to the 31st, if that makes sense. This whole week right here. Does that make sense? You guys got that? So I hope that makes sense. These modules are kind of like short little chapters in the textbook. And let me show you something here. Don't flip out. Your readings get very spread out and done. There's some weeks you don't got to do anything reading wise. So first week, these are the assignments. So these are the due dates. I hope you guys understand that. So this is your week 1. This is where you should be at this week. And the due date for all of this stuff is at the end of this week. or the start of next week, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it should make sense to you. It's just work on this stuff, and then it should be due on the 31st. Um, Focus lamp, bump the lamp. It's in one big document. I got to get rid of this thing here. I'm not doing a start here module this time. I'm on Canvas because I'm super stupid at it right now. So bear with me on that. Discussion 1, discussion 2, modules 1, 7, 8. These are the readings, brief little articles I have here. Resume and the discussion, one discussion, a couple chapters. That's it. Nothing due this week. Nothing due this week. Okay? Bam. Then you got something due here. Then you got something due here. Then you got something due here. Okay? So the first draft of the press release. You'll see when you start going through the packet of guidelines that this will have one iteration basically. You have, well, it'd be 2 iterations. Your first iteration is your own drafting of the document, and the second one is the edits that you incorporate, and you will submit all of the comments that you receive from your peers in your final document and the final polished product. Here's like just a big reminder here, you should be discussing the final project. First draft of the memo, October 26th, final memo due, video resume due, final project proposal due. There you go. If you follow the calendar, you do just fine. Okay, that's it. I don't want to go through too much. Grading criteria, attendance, discussions. You will get to drop 2 discussions. That's fine. Organization, you have to organize yourself for this course. I don't post grades, but I'm happy to share your grade. If you ask me what your grade is, like how am I doing, I'll be happy to share that with you. The rationale behind a lot of this. Let me go into this. So communication and organization, you need to keep yourself organized or find some way to organize yourself. I don't use modules. This is not an LMS course. This is just a online course. But you have to email with me to submit the projects, and you'll be doing the projects from a document that you'll have to understand. You will be responsible for keeping track of your own grades in this class, okay? I know it's a new thing for many of you. I know many of you in high school have come used to the fact that you just can go online and look at your grade anytime. Accounting is the origin of writing. So, I am a communication nerd, which means that sometimes I don't really, maybe think of this stuff the same way your other professors do. You being able to keep track of your own grade and tabulate your own grade, for me, is a lesson, a meta lesson in how communication and transactions work. Communication is transactional. We are tit for tat, okay? We are accounting robots who will take account for all of this stuff, okay? I want you to, and you'll read the Texas article, I want you to, basically in your mind start tabulating some stuff. Basically the gist of this article that you're going to read is communication's origin are these little clay pendants that, granaries used to use to keep track of debts from people in the village. People would go and they would try to get a sack of, grains, and they would get the sack, and then they would put their debt on this little shelf, on this little, token, and then, when the person who got the grains finally had something of use value, say it be like pottery, or say maybe they tanned hides, or maybe they made beer, or they made wine or something, and the person at the granary was gifted this and bartered with, then they would remove the token from the shelf, and that's the origin of money, but it's also the origin of communication. So, money and communication share a similar ancestry in human civilization. And I want you guys to get in the habit of keeping track of your own grades. Um, this is a meta lesson on communication, but it's also a part of organization. I think 90% of good communication is staying organized. That is my biggest drama ever, is finding a way to stay organized. All of you guys will be asked to do this at some point in your life, and those who have the best organization system are going to be the ones who succeed. That's just the way it is. That's the way that it works. If you're a disorderly mess, it's not going to be so easy to do the kind of work that you need to do. So that's kind of the on communication and organization for this course. Here's the grading scale. No minuses, no pluses. Actually, I love this grading scale. Um, I'm not allowed to do this, at most of my jobs. But I think it's super, super concise. You do A work, you get an A. You do B work, you get a B. Dates and deadlines, all this stuff. There you go. Done. Sorry, long-winded. Bam. Okay. Briefly, I just got to make sure I look at this. Course withdrawals. This is crucial. Attendance policy, course evaluations, academic integrity policy. Don't plagiarize in this class. This, used to be a class where students used to, I think, willy-nilly plagiarize, and it was easy to catch them. Here's the library, academic success standard. Please, okay, please, make sure you hit up some of this stuff. Very useful. I used the Writing Center up until I got my PhD. Title IX, no discrimination. ADA, hit me up. I'm happy to help you. There's not many things that I can do in this course besides, try to, that's why I put videos on YouTube so you have some closed captioning, but I'm happy to help you in any ways I can. Counseling services, please use that. Food pantry, near and dear to my heart. Go and hit them up. All right, peace.